So the mission of the detect process is to try to identify as quickly as possible that there may be some activity that is indicative of some security violation or incident occurring. And generally you might have within certain parameters different time constraints where you want this to happen. And you have to do this in the context of handling the information according to your policies and procedures. You also want to take this information that you're recording either or gathering through monitoring or reporting from your constituents and pass this on to other parts of the incident management process for further analysis, as well as situational awareness and preventing incidents from occurring. So who performs the detect process? Well, it can vary depending on how your organization is set up and what your roles and responsibilities are. Typically, if you have a computer security incident response team, the members of that response staff might be looking for signs of intrusions or incidents of occurring, or maybe they're receiving that information from a related SOC, a Security Operations Center, or their Network Operations Center, or other people, administrators who might have a particular role for monitoring the networks, and they may come across signs that may be an alert that an incident has occurred. However, you may actually get the first sign of an incident occurring by getting a report from one of the members of your own constituency, or perhaps an external site from another organization that's been involved in that same incident. And they have initially detected that the incident activity is going on, and they notify you about this activity, and then hopefully you can go and correlate that with your logs that exist. You might also get other external reports from other computer security incident response teams, other security groups, or managed security service providers or other types of third parties. Perhaps even law enforcement might be investigating a cybercrime, and they may identify that one of your systems has been involved in that, perhaps even as a victim, and you may not be aware of that yet. So there's a variety of ways that might alert you to the fact that some type of incident activity is occurring, and then you can proceed with that information as appropriate. So we'll look at these two different phases of the detect process about getting information about events and incidents, and we'll look at the reactive way, which is again just having information reported to you from third parties, or proactively identifying as quick as possible incidents occurring by doing monitoring and looking for signs of intrusion before someone else identifies that and reports it to you. So in the reactive detection process, it may be your own constituent system users, or again, it could be someone external to your constituency from another organization or another CSIRT team or other type of security organization is identify the incident activity occurring first, and they notify you to try to alert you. Maybe they're seeking your cooperation, or maybe they're just being a good internet neighbor and letting you know that you may have an incident that you're unaware of. So whoever reports this information to you, you want to have available different mechanisms for them to contact you, such as typically people may want to call you on the phone. So they may want to have a designated phone number, and we'll talk more about this later. They may contact you through email. You may have incident reporting forms or other mechanisms for them to notify you that an incident is being submitted. You may actually have people showing up in person. If you're in the same geographical location or the same facility, they may know where your office is, and they may say, hey, I think I have a problem with my system, and seek your advice or guidance. Or they may just be notifying you about the incident, even if they don't need any help, but they're just reporting it because you may have policies that say that certain types of activity should be reported to this incident response team. And you may get other types of alerts from other types of systems, and typically the intrusion detection, network monitoring, other sensor alerts, we would consider more of the proactive detection. So the proactive detection involves, again, looking at different indicators, tools, systems that might be available to you through network monitoring, or if you have the available to monitor activity on individual hosts, if you are doing any kind of vulnerability scanning or penetration testing, doing virus scanning. These are all different ways of looking at the available data sources within your networks to try to identify activity that might be matching a pattern of known incidents, or maybe activity that's so unusual or out of the ordinary that it's worth further investigation to see if it may be violating some kind of security policy. There may be additional information, such as if you have looking at open sources of information from other organizations or other groups. We'll talk about some of these later too. And you may have another part of your organization. Perhaps they're doing risk analyses or doing other types of audits. And during the process of their analyses, evaluations, or audits, they may identify problems or issues which they then can be used by your team for further investigation and analysis of the incident activity.